On August 15th, 2025, the United Kingdom paused to remember the end of World War II. Across the country, people from all walks of life gathered in solemn reflection, marking the 80th anniversary of a conflict that shaped the modern world. Streets fell quiet, and a hush settled over cities and villages alike, as the nation collectively honoured the sacrifices made for peace and freedom. At the National Memorial Arboretum, King Charles III and Queen Camilla led the commemorations, symbolising continuity and gratitude. Their presence was a reminder that remembrance is not just a tradition, but a living promise to carry forward the lessons of the past. As they laid wreaths beneath the dappled sunlight, the royal couple stood as representatives of a nation united in memory and hope. Veterans, now in their 90s, gathered to pay respects, their faces maps of a lifetime of memories. Each medal pinned to their jackets told a story of courage, loss, and resilience. For many, this day was a chance to reconnect with old comrades, to share stories that have become part of the nation's collective memory, and to feel the gratitude of a younger generation. Afar, 105, moved Queen Camilla to tears with his thanks to the king. His words echoed through the crowd, a powerful reminder of the human cost of war and the enduring bonds forged in its aftermath. The emotion in the air was palpable, as stories of bravery and sacrifice were shared, bridging generations and touching every heart present. The ceremony, woven with hymns and the last post, connected the present to a past that must never be forgotten. The haunting notes of the bugle drifted across the memorial, inviting all to pause and reflect. Hymns sung by the gathered crowd created a sense of unity, their voices rising in tribute to those who never returned home. It was a day to honour a generation whose numbers are dwindling, bringing the Far East campaign stories to the forefront. The courage of those who fought in distant lands was remembered, their experiences finally receiving the recognition they deserve. Portraits of veterans lined the memorial, each face a testament to endurance and the passage of time. As proceedings closed, the sense of remembrance lingered, a testament to the nation's commitment to its history. Attendees departed in silence, many clutching poppies or pausing for a final moment of reflection. The weight of memory was felt in every step, a silent promise to never forget. It was a moment for unity, setting aside differences in shared gratitude. People of all backgrounds stood side by side, hands joined in remembrance. The ceremony became a powerful symbol of national togetherness, reminding everyone that the lessons of the past belong to us all. The formal tributes ended, but personal acts of remembrance carried the day's message into hearts. Families lingered, leaving flowers and sharing quiet words. In these small private moments, the spirit of remembrance lived on, an enduring legacy for future generations. After the official ceremony in London, Prince Harry, now living in California, arranged his own heartfelt tribute to honour Remembrance Day. Though thousands of miles away from the formalities and traditions of the UK, Harry remained deeply connected to the significance of the day and the sacrifices it represents. He was careful to ensure that his personal act of remembrance would not overshadow the national focus on the king, the royal family, or the veterans being honoured in Britain. Instead, he chose a quieter, more private way to pay his respects, mindful of the delicate balance between his public role and his personal convictions. At the historic Burma Star Memorial, a wreath of bright red poppies was laid in his name, symbolising both remembrance and hope. The poppy, a powerful emblem of sacrifice, carried Harry's message across continents. Alongside the wreath, a handwritten letter from Harry rested gently on the memorial stone. In his words, he expressed gratitude, remembrance, and a deep respect for those who served and continue to serve. This personal gesture, though simple, bridged the distance between a son's respect and his nation's enduring history. It was a reminder that remembrance transcends borders and titles. By choosing a private tribute, Harry spoke directly to veterans and their families, away from the expectations of royal protocols and public ceremonies. His actions reflected a desire to honour service in a way that felt authentic and deeply personal. The timing of his tribute, after the main events, showed not only respect for the day's solemnity, but also deference to his father, King Charles, and the official commemorations taking place in the UK. For Harry, it was a personal pilgrimage, one carried out by proxy, yet filled with meaning. The quiet scene at the memorial, with only a single wreath and letter, created a powerful, intimate moment of remembrance. The image of that solitary tribute, a wreath and a letter, spoke volumes. It conveyed a sincere, heartfelt message of gratitude and remembrance, unadorned by ceremony or spectacle. In that moment of quiet reflection, Harry connected with a legacy of service that stretches back generations, honouring not just the fallen but all who serve. In its simplicity, the gesture allowed the sincerity of the tribute to shine through, reminding us that sometimes the most meaningful acts are those done quietly, with genuine respect and heartfelt intention. Harry's letter, signed simply Harry, was a testament to the enduring bond between a soldier and his forebears. The act of writing in his own hand carried a sense of humility and sincerity, as if he was reaching across generations to speak directly to those who came before him. The letter was not just a formality, but a deeply personal gesture, reflecting the weight of remembrance and the responsibility of honouring the past. In his words, Harry acknowledged the global importance of VJ Day, a day that marked the end of a devastating conflict and the beginning of peace for millions. He paid special tribute to the veterans of the Far East campaign, recognizing their unique sacrifices and the challenges they faced in distant lands, far from home and loved ones. Harry addressed the forgotten army, whose courage was anything but forgettable. He spoke of their resilience and determination, highlighting how their bravery often went unrecognized, yet was crucial to the Allied victory. Their stories, he insisted, deserved to be told and remembered. His words affirmed their sacrifice, often relegated to history's footnotes. Harry reminded us that behind every name etched in stone lies a story of hope, loss, and unwavering commitment. He called on us to ensure that these sacrifices are never forgotten, but instead honoured with gratitude and respect. The letter drew a poignant connection to his late grandfather, Prince Philip, who served with distinction in the Pacific. Harry reflected on the legacy of service within his own family and how those experiences shaped their understanding of duty and sacrifice. Harry shared his grandfather's deep respect for those who stood beside him in war. He spoke of the bonds forged in adversity, the friendships that endured long after the guns fell silent, and the sense of unity that defined their generation. He concluded by weaving personal grief and respect into the fabric of national remembrance. Harry's words resonated with those who have lost loved ones, and with all who understand the true cost of conflict. The letter was an act of empathy, connecting generations of service. It served as a reminder that the legacy of courage and sacrifice is carried forward by each new generation, bound together by shared values and a commitment to peace. In the end, Harry's letter was more than a tribute. It was a bridge of shared experience and respect, uniting the past and present in a powerful act of remembrance. To understand Harry's tribute, we look back at his grandfather, Prince Philip. Philip's wartime service was real and dangerous, shaping his character. He served on HMS Whelp, part of the British Pacific Fleet, in perilous operations. His actions earned him a mention in dispatches for bravery. Philip witnessed the Japanese surrender, marking the war's end. His service connected him to the forgotten army and the Pacific campaign. For Harry, honouring these veterans is an extension of honouring Philip. It keeps Philip's memory alive as a young officer who pursued freedom. This legacy of service clearly inspires Harry today. The term forgotten army summarises a painful history. It refers to the British 14th Army, fighting in Burma's brutal campaign. Their struggle was overshadowed by the European War. They battled a tenacious enemy, monsoon rains, and disease. Through grit, they achieved one of the war's greatest victories. Prince Harry's mention of the forgotten army corrects historical oversight. He uses his platform to ensure their sacrifices are recognised. This act of remembrance keeps a vital part of history alive. Harry's tribute cements the 14th Army's legacy in national consciousness. It reminds us that victory had many fronts, and these heroes are unforgettable. Beyond honouring veterans, Harry's actions reflect his family relationship. His private gesture respects both the fallen and his father, the king. By laying his wreath after the ceremony, Harry avoided upstaging the monarch. This act could be seen as an olive branch in a complex family dynamic. Recent tensions highlight the distance between Harry and the royal family. However, this tribute strikes a different tone, focusing on shared heritage. It moves the conversation towards common ground of duty and remembrance. Harry's tribute suggests a desire to honour the monarchy while finding his path. It stands as a moment of dignity and hope for rebuilding family bridges. As VJ Day ended, the events left a lasting impression. The day belonged to veterans, embodying a generation's sacrifice. Prince Harry's tribute added personal meaning, blending public duty with private need. His letter and wreath continued a legacy, invoking Prince Philip's memory. It showed how service values pass through generations. The act of remembrance carries hope for unity in a divided world. It suggests common ground in honour, duty, and memory. The story of VJ Day is one of legacy, courage, and inspiration. Harry's tribute reminds us that respect for the past is a step toward hope.